Hey everyone, today I'm going to do a video that I don't really have a very good plan of what I'm going to do here, but basically I'm just turning on the camera and we're going to see what happens. So basically what you guys are looking at is my entire collection of movies and my video games and my CDs and all that. And if anybody has watched any of my previous videos where I show you my entire collection and I go through all the titles, I've done 2 of them. I had them organized and everything, but as you can see right here, they are completely unorganized except for the fact that I have all the Blu-Rays with the Blu-Rays and I have all the DVDs with the DVDs, and I have mostly separated the CDs from my PlayStation 1 games, but not quite, and I have the video games mostly separated from the DVDs. Whatever, but anyways, the point is that other than that, they are completely unorganized. You can see, well, I guess I got 4 Studio Ghibli films in a row here, but that's just by chance, and the rest, they're just randomly scattered. I got Disney movies mixed in with, you know, everything else, and it's all completely random for the most part. And the reason that is because I moved to a new apartment. And so, as such, I had to take all the movies off the shelf and put them in storage for a while, and then I took them all out, and I just put them back on the shelves, really completely randomly for the most part. And you guys are actually missing the part where I actually did sort these a little bit to get them all kind of together, so I have the DVDs with the DVDs and all that kind of thing. But they were even more random than that, where the formats were all mixed. So this video, anyway, the point is going to be a video, I guess, showing you guys how I am going to go about organizing my collection now that it is in pretty much disarray here. Another thing, too, is you may notice that I have a couple extra shelves now. I have 4 of these shelves here. These are made by Solder, I believe, or O'Sullivan, or whatever the brand is. I don't even really know. But I bought these on Amazon, and they costed about $30 each. I bought them at different times, so I've just kind of been buying them as I need them. And then this one shelf I have over here was actually my first shelf. I actually made this shelf in high school woodshop class, so that is kind of... well, this usually was my main shelf, but now it's going to kind of be my backup shelf. It's just kind of how the way the organization is going to end up working here, because I'm going to start with my Blu-rays here. The first Blu-ray will start here, and it'll go down to the bottom. And then we'll go until there are no Blu-rays left, and then you go to DVDs on this shelf, more DVDs. Then you get to video games, and then you get to CDs. And whatever is left... Got some VHS, and I got some random cassette tapes and some blank CDs down there. So this is kind of the overflow shelf is what it will be, I guess. But yeah, if anybody is interested in what kind of shelf I have purchased here, these are not like the best quality or anything. Like I said, they're about $30 each, but they're kind of sort of temporary storage because I kind of move a lot because I'm still in college right now, and they're cheap so that I can get rid of them if I don't have room for them at another place, the next place I'm going to end up or whatever. They're cheap enough so I can kind of just get rid of them. They are not the greatest of quality though, but I will put a link in the description of this video if anyone's interested. What kind in maybe purchasing one of these for yourself or something. They are fairly nice shelves. You can fit a lot of movies on them, especially for the price, which is about $30, so that's why I kind of like them. But certainly there are probably more sturdy options out there, I guess, that cost more as a more permanent option or whatever. But anyways, basically what I'm going to do here is, for me, this is probably going to take a really long time to do, like on the order of several days or even weeks, because I'm just going to do this as I have time to do it, but you guys will just see it in one video. I'm going to take all my Blu-rays off, I'm going to set them on the ground. I'm going to organize them in various different ways. So I'm going to put like Disney movies with Disney movies and, you know, like Warner Brothers with Warner Brothers, or however I feel like doing it. I'm going to kind of start fresh and think of different ways to do it. I do not organize my movies like in strict alphabetical order or anything. I don't have enough where that is like something I have to do. If it got to be to the point where I have like an entire room full of movies, then maybe it would make more sense to have them alphabetical, but I like to do it where I just do like my Disney movies all together, so then, you know, it's not too hard for me to find the titles if they're not alphabetical, because I have enough where I can just know where my stuff is just by kind of remembering. So that's kind of how this is going to work. I'm going to take all the movies off the shelf, starting with the Blu-rays. I'm going to sort them, and then I'm going to put them back on the shelf and put them in order, and you guys are going to kind of see how I do that. And I don't know, I've never made a video like this before, so it's just something I feel like doing, and if you guys are interested, that's awesome, and if not, well, then I just did it for my own amusement, I guess. But anyways, here we go. Alright, so here I have my entire Blu-ray collection laid out on the floor, and there's nothing to make you really realize that you might have a problem than doing this when you look at your entire collection of Blu-rays and realize that there's probably a lot of these that I'll never watch again just because of the sheer amount of them and the amount of time I have left to live and do things. Even though I'm still pretty young, that's a lot of movies still to watch, and I've watched most of these at least once, but what are the odds I'm going to watch them all again? You know, that'd be a long time sitting and watching movies. So the point is that I have a lot of them, and probably a lot more than I need. But anyways, here they all are. And so where am I going to start? I don't know, I guess right here. Smokey and the Bandit, well, I'll put that in a pile. Wayne's World, I guess I'll put it in the same pile. Let's put some non-animated movies in a pile. And the Terminator, kind of like a sci-fi thing, I'll put that in a separate pile. This is a comedy. Let's see, maybe I'll try and put comedies together. So Smokey and the Bandit can be by itself. Mallrats, I guess, can go here, and Flipper's not really a comedy. Maybe I'll put that separately. This is a comedy, Project X. The Dictator, I have not even watched this one. As a matter of fact, I don't even know if I've watched Project X yet, but let's see, I don't know, maybe I'll put that in a separate pile. And I got that 70s show, that's a TV series, so maybe I'll make a section for TV series. Mrs. Doubtfire, I'll put that one with Flipper, I guess. Elysium, another title I haven't watched. I'll put that one with Terminator. Same with the X-Files Season 1, another one I haven't watched. There's a common trend here of a lot of ones that I haven't watched, so another sign that I have a problem. But anyway, it's just fun to collect them, I guess. So, Lord of the Rings. Not sure what I want to do with that one yet. I'll set that to the side. The Sound of Music. Let's see, maybe on this pile for now, I guess. The Flintstones. Really don't know. Secondhand Lions, I guess, can go here, but then I'm mixing it with musicals, I guess. I don't know. The Sandlot, I guess these can go together. Day After Tomorrow kind of could go with sci-fi. And then here we got a whole bunch of Disney movies, it looks like. So Disney movies are Disney movies. They're getting their own pile. Looks like I have a lot of them together, so in fact that whole pile is Disney movies. So that can stay as is. Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. I had a comedy section going here. Anyways, you guys get the point. I'm just going to start organizing these. And I'll show you where I'm at once I have them all in some new piles. Alright, so now I got my DVDs in semi-organization so I can put them on the shelf. Not exactly, but sort of. So these ones right here are actually ones that I'm questioning keeping. A lot of them are like dollar store titles and a few duplicates for various reasons. So these are going to be on these are going to go on the extra shelf, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. And then I got, well, I guess this is my other format of Blu-ray, the 4K, the only one that I own thus far. And then the rest are the Blu-rays. Like I got my homemade ones here, and some of these titles I wasn't sure which pile to put them in. And here is my comedy pile here, and this is animated, non-Disney titles, I guess, if you want to say. And over here I have my Disney titles, and I guess that makes a pretty large majority of my collection. And then here are the Pixar ones. Here's just some more Disney. And then over here I got my Christmas titles. So basically what I'm going to do, but like the Disney titles here, they're not organized. It's just that they're in Disney, so I know that they're all Disney. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them all on the shelf, and then from there I will organize my Disney ones, and then I'll put whatever I want next on the shelf, and so on. And then I'll start doing the DVDs. So here we go again. Alright, so now I've taken the DVDs off my shelf, or at least most of them. I still left a few on. And the reason why I decided to keep some on is because this is how many piles I made just by taking most of them off. And as you can see, that is a ton to sift through and try and sort here, but, well, I guess here we go. So, alright, Nickelodeon over here, and non-animated over here, and this is animated, so Care Bears, go with Care Bears. This is a terrible movie. That's going to be in my possible get rid of pile. Animated. Let's see, that's VeggieTales religious. I'll make a religious pile maybe. Religious. Yeah, South Park. I'll put over there. I don't know. Anyways, you guys will see what it looks like when it's on the shelf. Alright, so now I just finished sorting the DVDs, or partially sorting them, I guess, so they are back on the shelf. So basically what I have done here is I have all my Disney DVDs in a section, but they're not organized within the section. That is still yet to be done. And then next we have Nickelodeon, and then Cartoon Network, and then Looney Tunes and some Warner Brothers stuff, etc. So that's how I've kind of organized it in groups like that. And then after a while, after I've finished sorting through my video games here, and then all the rest of the stuff I have yet to sort through, then I will come back and sort in between each of these categories. So that's kind of how I'm doing this little project. So here you can see I have my DuckTales DVDs together, but that's just by chance. But this Tailspin is by itself, and the other Tailspins are, well, like here's another one for example. So those have yet to be sorted, but they will be. For now, the next thing to do is start sorting these video games that I have, which thankfully is a lot less than the DVDs that I have. I have quite a few less I have quite a few less video games than I have movies, so it should be an easier task. So yeah, PS2, Wii games, that kind of thing. So that'll be the next challenge. Okay, so now I have my video games placed on the shelf. There you can see the Wii games, and then PlayStation games. Then all the way on the bottom are DS games. And I took out a selection of some of my CDs, and basically I'm going to leave the rest on the shelf over here. This is a mix of CDs and also PlayStation 1 games, so I have to sift through and take out the PlayStation games and put those first, and then CDs will be the last section before finally the VHS tapes, which those I'm not going to take off the shelf either, because those are just quick organization. I don't have too many of those. But otherwise, I'm going to try and sort these out, then we'll see where we're at. Alright, so now on this shelf I have my PlayStation games and CDs separated from each other, as well as the VHS tapes on bottom and that Full House DVD set, which just can't fit by the DVDs because it's so large. And then over here on my, now what is my extra shelf, it's still pretty disorganized. It's got all these Blu-rays and DVDs that I'm not sure if I want to keep or not. They're just kind of we'll see. A lot of them are dollar store items and that kind of thing. I might have said that before, but I can't remember. So now the next step in this little process here is to go back to the Blu-rays, because this is where everything starts. And like I said, I got my like Disney Pixar stuff together and then just other Disney stuff. Now I get to sort them out inside of there. So like with the Disney ones, I might do like starting with the oldest Disney films and going to the newest and whatever. So that will be the next step, is just sorting through everything. Here we go. Alright, so now I'm finally finished. I have all the movies organized about as best as I want them to be, so now I'm going to show you guys how I sorted them out here. And this video isn't my annual video I've kind of started doing, where I show you every single movie in my collection, even though if you have, if you're quick enough to see everything, you will see everything that I have here. But I'm not going to like go through and list every movie, but just how I kind of group them together and everything. So starting right here at the beginning, we have my 4K Ultra HD collection. One movie. Great. Okay, so next we have Disney Pixar, and then just general Disney movies going through here, and continuing down here, and then Studio Ghibli, and a few other kind of Disney titles, I guess. Then here we get into more animated stuff that's kind of just randomly assorted for the most part. And then here we got the multi-packs of movies, 4 movie collections, 3 movie collections, that kind of thing. And then moving on down here, this is kind of my comedy Blu-rays, I guess you could say. Then we go over here. I just kind of keep going down. Then I have some musicals over here. And then over here we got a few more musicals, and then sort of like shooting movies or war type movies, that kind of thing. And then sci-fi, which is kind of a small collection. And then sort of my like raunchy comedy kind of ones. And then the TV shows, which are animated TV shows first, and then That 70s Show. I don't have too many TV shows on Blu-ray. Then we move into the holiday stuff here, starting with Disney, and then some of the other Christmas classics ones. And here are the non-animated stuff like Home Alone and that kind of thing. Yeah, and then we just finish off with the Christmas movies there, and then here are my 5 homemade Blu-rays, and then that basically ends the Blu-rays. And then I sort of organize the DVDs in a similar way as the Blu-rays, but not completely the same. So anyways, we start with the Disney non-animated films here, and then it turns into more animated films. And next we go to the other shelf where it continues with more of the animated TV shows, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, that kind of thing. All the way over to Nickelodeon here, where we got the compilation discs at the beginning, and then the Nicktoons complete series and season sets here, going on all the way to Jimmy Neutron. And then down here we have the Shout Factory complete series packages, and then SpongeBob, and Hey Dude, which I have not opened yet, and then Ren and Stimpy. And then over here we got Cartoon Network, and then shows like Scooby-Doo and the Jetsons, Warner Brothers stuff, Looney Tunes, Garfield and Friends. So these are a lot of kind of older TV shows, I guess. And then over here we get the Peanuts DVDs, starting with the collections and then ending with kind of the specials, and then finally the movies over here. And then next we got some more kind of randomly assorted ones, a lot of Mill Creek stuff here, TV shows and things. And then the really old cartoon box sets, Gumby. This is my sort of small collection of preschool type movies. And we have some religious animated stuff, Adventures in Odyssey and VeggieTales and that kind of thing. And then we just got some randomly assorted animated stuff, and then Small selection of kind of comedies, I guess. Sci-fi or storm type movies. Railroad movies, and then I got some music DVDs over here. And then that continues up into this shelf here, and then we go into TV shows. Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill, South Park, The Office, Boy Meets World, another one that I haven't watched, and Happy Days I haven't watched. So a lot of stuff that I buy and just, I don't know, I guess I don't get to it right away, but I will eventually. Leave it to Beaver, and then now we get to the holiday stuff, starting with Valentine's Day. I'm moving through Halloween, and then eventually to Christmas stuff with Disney, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and then the all kinds of randomly assorted Christmas specials, the crappy Home Alones, some more specials down here, and then more religious-focused Christmas stuff, even though Christmas is a religious holiday, but not all Christmas stuff is focused on religion, of course. But this stuff is more down here. And then here are my homemade DVDs. Then next we get into the video games. GameCube, Wii, Wii U, Xbox, Xbox 360, a lot of PlayStation 2, a few PlayStation 3, PSP, one PS Vita, and then Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, and then PlayStation 1. And we'll move on to the next shelf over here. PlayStation 1 all the way down here. Then it switches to a couple computer games and then CDs for the rest of the way. So CDs all the way down to there, and then finally we end with my VHS tape collection, which I only have a few. I don't really have a very big collection anymore. I just kind of keep some of my favorites. And then my homemade VHS over here. And then a few blank tapes and things. And then here is my Full House, the complete series DVD set, which doesn't really fit anywhere else by the DVDs, so I just put it down there. It may not be there permanently, but it is for now. And then over on this shelf, this is kind of my backup shelf, I guess. So we have a bunch of Blu-Rays that I'm not sure if I'm going to keep. I'm kind of debating. A lot of these are Dollar Tree titles and things. Just things that I kind of bought, and I'm deciding, I don't know if I really want to keep these. Maybe I'll sell them on eBay or whatever. These are my sealed copies of these Shout Factory titles and things that I just bought kind of as spares just because they're so cheap, and they're kind of my favorite things in my collection. So I just decided to get duplicates. And then more DVDs. A lot of these are Dollar Tree ones. Almost all of them, in fact, are Dollar Tree. And I got some spare cases, a couple PlayStation games and CDs over here. A few cassettes down there. A few blank CDs down there. And then way on the bottom shelf is stuff that I am for sure going to list on eBay pretty soon. So there it is. That was just kind of impromptu video. Probably not the best video I've ever made, but you know, it is what it is. Just showing you guys how I organize my entire movie collection just because, well, I felt like it. So I hope somebody got some use out of this video. I don't know, again, if it's that great quality of a video or not. I kind of shot it in spurts as I kind of did this project in a few days. So anyways, like I said again about these shelves, I'll have a link in the description if anyone's interested. They're pretty nice shelves, not perfect, but they get the job done. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.